Wealth is not only limited to some of the wealthiest individuals like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, but in reality, there are families who boast outrageous amounts of wealth through their generational legacy. These wealthiest families control every largest industry and brand in the world, ranging from banks to what you eat, drink, watch, read, and wear. Today in this video, we'll see 10 richest families that secretly run the world. Before we move on, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, hit that bell icon for more updates. Number 10. The Mars Family. Mars is a multi-generational family business that is incredibly well known. It's like Walmart, but for candy. Franklin Mars created Mars Inc. in 1911, 111 years ago. When Mars was a small boy, his mother taught him how to hand-dip chocolate candy. Today, the company is well known for its M&M brand and its eponymous Mars bar. It's the largest candy firm in the world after it diversified in 2017 when it paid $9.1 billion for VCA, a pet care business. Siblings Jacqueline and John Mars, whose grandfather, Franklin Mars, was the founder of the business. The siblings kept climbing on the Forbes list of billionaires, and each has a net worth of $31.7 billion. Surprisingly, the fourth generation of Mars family members, even some of their children, is currently in charge of the business. Number 9. The Koch family. Charles Koch owes his enormous wealth to an oil company his father founded, but today he's probably better known to the public for his involvement in politics. He has used his deep pockets to put his mark on it by supporting conservative candidates, funding university professorships, and lobbying for policy positions. Charles worked in partnership with his brother David until David's passing. According to the Forbes list of the wealthiest people, Charles and David Koch's widow, Julia, tied on the Forbes list with a combined estimated net worth of $60 billion. The Koch brothers are notorious for influencing American politics with their enormous fortune. They're described as very ardent libertarians who want to downsize the government, lower taxes, especially their taxes, and reduce regulations on all kinds of industries. They have such a broad and pervasive influence that they serve as a third political party. Number 8. Al Saud. The savvy royal family, known as the House of Saud, has a long tradition of monarchy. So far, they're estimated to have a fortune of around $100 billion. Most of their income for the reigning monarchy comes from the massive oil deposits discovered 7 to 5 years ago. The discovery changed the country's economy and made the House of Saud the wealthiest family on earth. The family is well known for leading an idyllic lifestyle, which has repeatedly drawn harsh criticism for being wastefully lavish and pompous. With Saudi Aramco, the largest and most successful corporation in the world and a significant player in the oil sector, guarantees the savvy royal family that they'll continue to make a massive fortune. Number 7. The Boehringer and von Baumbach family. Boehringer Ingelheim is the most prominent pharmaceutical firm in Germany and one of the biggest in the world. The business has a more than 130-year history, and the Baumbach and Boehringer families jointly control it. The company has its headquarters in Ingelheim and employs over 50,000 worldwide for more than 146 affiliates. The company created lactic acid in 1893 as scientists experimented with citric acid synthesis. The firm produced lactic acid on an industrial scale within 2 years, making the Boehringer family extremely successful and wealthy. The Boehringer and Baumbach family is renowned for keeping things private, so the business is still run and owned by the family based on typical profits. If it were publicly traded, the company would have a market value of about $4 to $5 billion. Number 6. The Morgan family. John P. Morgan became a banker because he was born into a family of bankers. Still, unlike his father, John would go on to build the J.P. Morgan Company, one of the most significant financial firms in the world. The U.S. economy appeared to collapse during 1893 over exporting excess gold from the U.S. to other countries. Yet in these desperate circumstances, John spotted an opportunity that no one else did. Morgan assembled a group of financiers among the Rothschilds and used U.S. bonds to repurchase gold from overseas investors, restoring public confidence in the U.S. currency and stabilizing the economy by effectively controlling the U.S. gold supply. Morgan could finance the establishment of U.S. Steel and General Electricity through this gold and bond exchange while eliminating all rivals effectively. Seizing control of two of the most significant financial sectors in the entire country, steel and electricity, and also acquired control over the nation's gold supply at a time. Number 5. The Walton family. The Walton family is still one of the wealthiest in the world today. Despite their notoriety, they own one of America's largest enterprises and stores, Walmart, which contributes significantly to their wealth. You might be asking yourself how wealthy this family is, while the Walton family has been the most prosperous in the world since 2014, with an estimated combined net worth of $250 billion. Despite the estimate, the Walton family's wealth remains a mystery. Sam Walton founded Walmart in 1962 in Arkansas. Walmart has global revenues of $524 billion in 2021 and employed more than 2.3 million Americans. If Walmart employees were brought together, they would form an entire city, and as of May 2022, the corporation had 4,742 locations in the United States and about 10,500 stores overall. Number 4. The Rothschild family. During the Napoleonic era, the Rothschild family became one of the wealthiest families in the world. It all started by Rothschild mayor Amschel, who established a sizable banking organization in his financial empire in Germany. He then outlined his management principles in a will for his inheritors, and since then, the Rothschild family has followed these guidelines for more than 200 years. Some believe they control all financial institutions in the world's capital. Others contend that the Rothschilds encouraged and financed the majority of wars. It is estimated that the Rothschild family has $410 billion in assets. They manage bank and commerce, own multiple vineyards, and operate businesses that produce oil and gas. Number 3. The Hermes family. The Hermes family is a leading household in the luxury goods sector and has survived for more than a century since going public in 1993. Their annual revenue climbed from $82 million to $2 billion. According to Forbes, at least 5 family members are now listed among the world's billionaires with their distinctive scarves, ties, perfumes, and recognizable Kelly and Birkin handbags. The French fashion house and luxury retailer, Hermes, has wowed the globe and the way LeBron James and other basketball greats are nowadays dressed by the brand. Number 2. The Ambani family. The family's fortune is based on Reliance Industries, a family-run corporation founded by Dhirubhai Ambani. However, after his death, his 2 sons, Anil and Mukesh, struggled for control of the empire as he didn't leave any will. Luckily, their mother, Kokilaben, intervened to assist them in coming to an agreement to divide the company and go their separate ways. Since that time, Mukesh and his family have amassed incredible wealth. At the same time, Anil cannot work due to mounting debt. Mukesh has created enormous empires out of the Reliance businesses. He's developed beyond the oil and energy industries he inherited. Meanwhile, expanding into new markets, Mukesh has not allowed his oil, gas, petrochemical, and textile manufacturing enterprises to suffer. Number 1. The Rockefeller family. The Rockefeller family is one of the families whose name is most closely associated with the international influence and intrigue of the Rothschilds. John D. Rockefeller was born in a little town in New York to a con artist father and a devoutly religious mother. At 17, he started working as a bookkeeper at a small fruit company. Rockefeller put in long hours and enjoyed the complexity of the task, but he also had a good eye for money and budgeting. Rockefeller and his brothers entered the oil refining industry when everyone else was busy trying to get oil from the ground. However, there was minimal infrastructure for refining oil into fuel and other products. This is where the Rockefeller family entered the picture. So after he founded Standard Oil in 1870, his wealth skyrocketed, and he eventually controlled over 90% of the oil pipelines and refineries in the United States. Since then, the family has continued to enjoy the billions and influence inherited. That's it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe and smash the bell icon now to stay updated. See you soon. Until then, stay safe.